The Olympic flame burns brightly on evening number 2 of competition here at the Beijing Olympic Games as we return to the Workers Indoor Arena for more boxing action in the welterweight division. Mehdi Halsi from Morocco is 22 years of age, limited experience on the international scene. And as he steps into the ring, he'll be ready to take on someone with a little bit more experience. Dilshod Mahmudov of Uzbekistan. So Halsi ready to go. Mahmudov is 25 years of age, placed 5th in the Athens Olympic Games in the light welterweight division, so he is moving up in class.
Looks like a tough matchup for Halsi. For Halsi to win, he's going to have to do it against Mahmudov, a southpaw. Mahmudov, the southpaw, what he's trying to do is he wants to elicit a lead out of Halsi so he can work off of that lead. And you can see with a little bit of the false hand movement of Mahmudov, dropping those hands a little bit, going up and down a bit. He's trying to get Halsi out of position.
Let me ask you this, Teddy, about Mahmudov in the blue. He was in 5th in the Athens Olympic Games, was a silver medalist at the 2005 Worlds, and last year at the Worlds in Chicago lost his first bout, but that was at light welter. It's kind of uncommon for a guy to make a weight change, you know, inside of a year of the Olympics.
You know, I think it's smart, though. I think a lot of these countries, you saw the United States, they lost a fighter.
Gary Russell.
Yeah, they lost Gary Russell because he couldn't make the weight. The Olympic trials were almost a year ago. Gary Russell was locked into that weight for a year. He's a young fighter. His body was still growing. There's other fighters in other countries, same thing. They get locked into a weight. All of a sudden, they start growing. They can't maintain that weight. I think Mahmudov was smart to move up a little bit, be strong, be comfortable, and not have to worry about his body betraying him in the weight category.
So they get a look at Mahmudov. He'll turn 26 years of age in November. And when we talked with Gary Russell, and you made the point, I mean, you know, these guys are still growing. And I guess Mahmudov just felt that welterweight was the way to go, and he was able to qualify for the Olympics in this weight.
And he had the confidence to allow himself to go up in weight. A lot of times fighters and their trainers, they think they're going to have an advantage by staying at a lower weight, be a little bit stronger, a little bit more physical. But in the end, it's the opposite effect. They wind up being weaker, and as we just said, in the case of Gary Russell, being out of the tournament because they could no longer make that weight.
So Mahmudov in the blue with a 2-0 lead.
This is like a fencing match. You know, you could say a chess match, but I get the feeling it's a fencing match. Both fighters trying to get the edge. Both fighters trying to get the other one out of position so they can get in position. And the one drawing first blood right there looked like Mahmudov getting Halsi to jump a little bit. And that's exactly what both fighters are looking for. They both have counterpunching in their minds. They want the opponent to make the first move so they can make the second move. And the second move is the counter.
Halsi came charging in, and the referee asked the two to stop.
Watch the southpaw Mahmudov. Watch these false movements he'll give you. They're all designed for a reason. Even when he drops his hands, they're to elicit a reaction, to try to get you to bite a little bit, get you a little bit out of position.
Feet got tangled up there.
Mahmudov, a thinking man's fighter. He does not want to throw anything unless he's secure that the landscape is just right. Right there, he threw something only because Halsi jumped in. Not going to see a high score with these two fighters.
Might not see another score with these two fighters.
No, you might not.
Well, there is one for Mahmudov, and he has what seems like an insurmountable lead at 3-0.
Now, this is not...
Make it 4.
It's not the kind of fight like you go to a baseball game and you're looking to see balls go over the fence. You're looking to see a pitching match, a pitching duel right here.
Mahmudov up by 4 through the first 2 rounds. Dillshad Mahmudov of Uzbekistan with a 4-0 lead, and he's as patient a boxer as you will find. He will not take a single chance unless he has created an environment that is perfect for him.
And he can be very misleading to opponents. What I mean by that is he's not physically imposing. He doesn't look like a physically imposing fighter, so you say, well, I can walk in, I can have my way with him. But there's a lot more to Mahmudov than just physically being strong. He uses everything in that ring.
What could Halsi do from Morocco in the red to, get something going?
Probably a perfect situation, Bob, for a feint. Mahmudov is always looking to get you out of position, waiting for you to make a move so he can make a move. Well, if you're fighting Mahmudov, if I'm having a fighter fight Mahmudov, I'm going to feint him a little bit, get him to make a premature move. When he's out of position, then you can go and strike.
Mahmudov in the blue to this point has scored 2 points in each round. And he has a 6-0 lead.
Halsi has a deficit and a bloody nose. Again, if I'm Halsi,
referee Pierre Chason from Canada will wipe that blood away from the nose of Halsi. And then they'll resume the action.
Again, if I'm Halsi, I act as though I'm going to throw something. Let Mahmudov react to that. When he reacts to it, then I look to find them.
Halsi tries a lead right hand.
Things can quickly get worse against a fighter like Mahmudov. You start reaching, you start searching in the dark, you're going to start running into objects.
Halsi gets on the board. It's now 7-1.
We've talked in this tournament about pro-style fighters. Mahmudov is strictly an amateur-style fighter.
And after 3 rounds, Dillshad Mahmudov with a very comfortable 8-1 lead. He outscored Halsi in round number 3, 4-1. Just sticking with the plan. Teddy, he's making it look easy.
Well, we'll take a look at exactly what he's doing from the last round. Controlling range, controlling whatever pace there is in this fight. You know, you made a good point around the goal, Bob. You talked about the patience, the mental control of Mahmudov. That is his talent. That is part of his talent. A lot of times we look at the physical assets as being great talents, power, speed, physicality in those areas. Those are neon things. They light up. We feel comfortable with them when we see it. We don't really see sometimes the asset, the great asset of patience and mental control. Mahmudov shows us that. That is probably the front runner of his strengths.
Got the fourth and final round. Mahmudov opening up a little bit. Gets a quick 2 points. 15 seconds into the fourth.
There are probably a lot of guys faster and stronger than Mahmudov. But he evens the playing field again with his greatest assets. Being very calm, having good vision, being patient when he needs to, and using whatever it is that he has, using it exactly at the right time.
He definitely knows what he wants to do in there.
And again, that is a great strength. You look at Mahmudov, he doesn't have those great bulging biceps. He doesn't have, again, that kind of intimidating, impressive physicality. But he's able to make you do things that you don't want to do. And he keeps you from doing things that you do want to do.
Dillshad Mahmudov of Uzbekistan, literally dictating every term in this bout. He has a very comfortable lead, and he is going to advance to the second round of competition here in the welterweight division. So Mahmudov, an 11-3 winner. Made it look very easy in doing so.
And you know, one of the things about Mahmudov, obviously doesn't have high punch numbers, doesn't do a lot, so it's very important for him to be successful. He does not and cannot allow you to do much, because then he would be behind the 8 ball. If he's not going to be busy, and you see he makes a living out of not being busy, then he must make sure that his opponent is not going to be busy. Mahmudov does a real good job of negating your offense.
Dillshad Mahmudov, he won every round, and he walks away with an 11-3 victory here in the welterweight.